What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MacroCrunch YouTube channel. Today I've got a great video for you as December starts to roll around, the festive period begins. And what better way to count down the days to Christmas than with an advent calendar? Now, being MacroCrunch, of course, we're looking at the nutritional side of it and getting some benefits towards our health. So let's jump in with the MyProtein Protein Advent Calendar 2021. Let's get into it, shall we? Look at this, everybody. Now, just looking at this gets me excited for Christmas, and it's not even December yet. But as you can see, this is the MyProtein 2021 Advent Calendar. It released around a month ago for pre-order, and you can still get your hands on it now if you're quick, because stock is really running out. I managed to get my hands on it because my dad bought this for me. Shout out to my dad for getting this for me, and I'm super excited to start on Wednesday. Before then, I'm going to have a look at it and sort of break down what it is that you get inside, tell you whether it's worth buying or not, if it's worth the money, and just basically run through what the days might give you. So starting with just the general look of the box, you can see that it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they've spared no expense on the design of the box. You've got the beautiful sort of MyProtein font on the front advent calendar. You've got a great pattern in the sort of traditional blue color with the gold thrown in as well. The exterior of the box is entirely gold too, which I think is a really nice touch. And you've got this sort of gold ribbon on the side, again, just shows the quality of the product, and overall it does look really good. So taking a look inside, we'll open up the door and you will see you've got the other sort of sub-brands of MyProtein, things like MyVegan, MyVitamins, and then you've got the MP logo as well. And then you're presented with these 3 shelves. Now, traditional advent calendars tend to just have 24 or 25 doors on them. This one actually opts for a different approach. Now, there's 3 drawers, each with the golden ribbon at the front that you use to sort of, pull them out. And I'm gonna basically, before I go into what's in each drawer, I'm just gonna talk you through a rough outline of what you may get each day. Now, MyProtein gives you this little book here about the advent calendar, and essentially this details the nutritional facts of everything that you get inside. Now, I want it to remain somewhat a surprise, so I'm not actually gonna look through this. However, I am gonna look at what you can get in the box and get a kind of rough idea, and that's what I'm gonna share with you today. According to the MyProtein website, the box consists of 25 windows within each drawer. That's not 25 in each one, it's 25 across the 3. Each one of those 25 surprises is either a supplement sample. A couple of examples of what you may get inside of the advent calendar is things like multivitamin gummies, and there's even a talk of a whey protein sample that's cinnamon Danish flavor, and that's something that I'm super hyped for. Not all the products are MyProtein specifically. You will get spin-off ones like MyVitamins and MyVegan. So this is really only accessible to people who have no sort of dietary requirements. Vegans can't necessarily buy this. Vegetarians may struggle as well, people who are nut intolerant and stuff like that. This doesn't really work for them. However, if you don't have any of that, this is awesome. So let's take a look in one of the drawers and see, sort of how it's laid out. Because like I said, a traditional advent calendar has the 24 or 25 windows that you pop open each day, and this doesn't do that. So if I open up the top drawer now, perfect, we found number 1, you'll see that it's actually laid out in a very sort of, non-traditional way. So you can see we've got 1, we've got 22, 16, and 14 here. Now, you open each one each day and you'll get something within that box. Number 1 looks huge, so I'm super excited for the 1st of December. Now I'll just slide this one back in and I'll open the second drawer. Here we've got, numbers 9, 12, 7, 13, 5, 24, 23, and 18. Again, some that are super big, some that are a little bit smaller. Either way, you're getting something each day, and MyProtein products, in my opinion, can be somewhat expensive. I'll cover this more at the end when I do the price breakdown. Even the small ones are going to be worth something quite substantial. Finally, in the bottom box, we have got number 10, 3, 8, 17, 15, 21, 4, 6, 19, 2, 11, and 20. So this one's a super packed box compared to that top one. And let's just slide that one back in and close it up. Now, you may be thinking, well, this seems somewhat comprehensive, but it doesn't really show you what is inside. And it's not much of a review as of yet. You're right, this is only part one in a two-part video series that I'm gonna be doing on this. Now, this is just sort of outlining what you're gonna get and what you could get each day, talking about how much it costs now and whether or not I think that's good, just on the sort of face value. So if you are to buy this now, it's gonna cost you £74.99, around $102 if you were to buy it in the US. Now, do I think it's worth it? It's tough to say right now, having not opened any of the drawers and not knowing what specifically is inside of each drawer. However, I do think that £75 is quite a good price for this. As I mentioned on drawer number 2, MyProtein products tend to be quite expensive, and sometimes a lot of them are out of my price range. You'll see in a lot of the review videos I've done, I've been given them or people have bought the products for me, and that's how I managed to sort of afford this. That's how I've afforded this calendar right now. So £75 for £25 worth of, gifts or Christmas treats is actually quite good. It works out at £3 per day. It doesn't just stop at each day. On the 25th, you don't just have everything used up. For example, you now have essentially a high quality stack of 3 drawers with the MyProtein sort of logos on it. Yes, it says advent calendar, but who's gonna really care? You can use this to store your supplements after, December, after the festive period's over. And it's actually quite sizable. You can see, like, compared to my torso, this is quite big. And you're gonna fit quite a lot of stuff in there, especially if, one thing that I like to do a lot is if there's a few flavors I'm not sure of before I buy, like a kilo of whey protein, I tend to buy small samples, or I do the same for supplement bars as well. Like, I'll buy a small couple of sample ones before I commit to buying the whole box. And you could easily store a couple of samples in one of these drawers. You could easily fit, quite a lot of stuff in. You could fit accessories in, like sweatbands, maybe a skipping rope or something like that you could fit in here. So that's super cool. And it looks great. It would look great on any sort of supplement shelf in the corner of, your home gym. This would look awesome, but it doesn't look too out of place at the same time. It doesn't look too flamboyant. It looks cool. But like I said, this is only part one. If you want to find out what I get every single day, follow us over on the MacroCrunch Instagram account, where I'm going to be opening this on my story every single day and giving short reviews on what each product is. For example, let's say day 1 I get a protein bar. I'm going to rate it out of 10, estimate the price, and tell you whether that day specifically was worth it or not. So, as I've said, I believe every day will be worth it. However, we can only find out as we go along. And then, at the end of the festive period, just before New Year's, I'm going to release part 2 of the MyProtein Advent Calendar review and break down the whole thing. Now, I know at that point, a review is somewhat pointless. However, there's always next year, and they release one of these every single year. So if this year's been good, chances are next year's going to be good as well, and possibly even better. So if you know this year's been good, you could always wait and wait and wait, and then get in early. Make sure you get next year's one ordered so that you can count down the days with MyProtein. But that is it for this video, guys. Just a short one to outline that I have got the MyProtein Advent Calendar. Like I said, follow us over on MacroCrunch on Instagram and check out what we get every single day out of the MyProtein Advent Calendar. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I'm super hyped for Wednesday, the 1st of December, where I get to open that top drawer and see what I get. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Drop a comment below if you've got this and you're excited to get started too. I'd love to hear how you're counting down the days this year. Tell us what Advent calendar you have, and even come back to the video each day and let us know what you think of each day's treat. That's all for this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.